सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। अथ नवमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमं प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात्। राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्। अश्रद्धदानाः पुरुषाः धर्मस्यास्य परन्तप अप्राप्यमान्निवर्तन्ते मृत्युसंसारवर्त्मनि। मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्। भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः। यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय। सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां। कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्। प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः। भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय। उदासीनवदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरम्। हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते। अवजानन्ति मां मूढाः मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं। परं भावमजानन्तः मम भूतमहेश्वरं। मोघाशामोघकर्माणः मोघज्ञानविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रुताः। महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिताः भजन्त्यनन्यमनसः। ज्ञात्वा भूतादिमव्ययं सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते। ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते। एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्। अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वदाहमहमौषधम्। मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यम् अहमग्निरहं हुतं। पिताहमस्य जगतः धाता माता धाता पितामहः। वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कार कृत्सामयजुरेव च। गतिर्भर्ता प्रभुः साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययं तपाम्यहमहं वर्षं निगृह्णाम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सतसच्चाहमर्जुन. Okay. So, Krishna in the 9th chapter, Bhagavan has clearly mentioned that Jnana Vijnana, I will give you both my Vyavaharika or Saguna Rupa and Paramarthika Nirguna Jnanam of what is Bhagavan. So that is the main Tatparyam of this particular chapter, and we cannot keep that away. So knowing Bhagavan in complete is the whole objective of this chapter. Okay, and he says that is why it is called Raja Vidya, Raja Gurya. Okay, and then how will you know it? Only with Shraddha and Tatparatvam you will know it. If you have Ashraddha, then it is not possible to know it, because that particular mind will always keep on challenging. Why that? Why this? Why not this? Why not that? And it's a never ending, because you cannot satisfy all the questions of everyone, right? So somewhere you need to accept and go ahead that this is what it is and let me go, and hence the reference or what we have as a pramana for this knowledge is the Vedas, and from the Vedas the Upanishads are there. From the Upanishads the complete knowledge is extracted and presented in total by Krishna to Arjuna, which is scripted by Vedavyasa. Okay, so if we keep this in the mind, very clearly he says that I am there in everything, and he also says that I am not there in anything. So Paramarthika Drishtya and Vyavaharika Drishtya, the two separate statements make sense. We have already seen that. And then he says, Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetuna anena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. Isn't that whole cosmic law following that way, that the world is revolving around and everything? Because it is in my adhyaksha everything is happening, which is called the cosmic law or the cosmic nature, right? And based on that all the cycles are running, everything is running, which means just to ensure that the law is running proper is called sustenance, and that is the job of Vishnu. He doesn't create a law, he doesn't remove a law like our constitution that okay, now this is the new law effective from today, from tomorrow. No. Whatever is the law, he ensures that it is running properly. Okay, that is why he is the operator, karma phala data. So in Srishti Niyama, when the Srishti is created, it is already the laws get embedded in that. Okay, and how the Srishti will go back to evolution will again be by the same law, and again that circular, the law will continue that Srishti Pralayam, and hence maintenance is a very important thing, because it's good to have an idea of the Srishti and Pralayam. But apart from just having an intellectual itching on that, it has got no practical utility. What is important is, because we are already in the Srishti and we will die in the Srishti only, the Srishti will not go before us, and hence that operational part is what is important. Now in this operational part, only in our Sanatana Dharma, the operator is not outside the system. The operator is well within the system. Bhagavan is the integral part of the system, and sitting in the system, he operates the system, which means like a driver in the car, sitting in the car, driving the car, and whatever happens to the car is going to impact the driver. Okay. So if you are outside, you can do anything because that is just a product and let anything happen to it. I am outside it. I am only directing. No. In our dharma, in Sanatana dharma, it is very clearly Bhagavan is a part and integral of it. Okay. He is not the karta or bhokta, but he is well within that, and that is his presence in everything is what is now being mentioned. Okay. So understanding Bhagavan in the right perspective, in the Vyavaharika and Paramarthika sense, Vyavaharika is not just enough because that is something which most of us we understand it very well, but that is the first step. Understanding the Nirguna Brahma principle, and that principle is beyond any of these things. It is only in the blessings of those principles the rest of the everything is working by itself. That is a law. Okay. So only in presence of this something called as a whole structure, the courts will work. If the structure is not there, the court doesn't have a place to function. Huh? What makes the court? See, if that structure is not there and that supremacy is not given to the court, how will the system function? So the hierarchy is established, and someone who can supersede the court, the president, that president also doesn't have absolute freedom. Please understand that president is also being within the boundary, looking at the merits, so that he can't precedent wrong thing, so that precedence comes to the picture. That is where the president's job comes from. So it is exactly that's how our system is. To be in the system, run with the system. If you are disaligned with the system will throw you. And any karma phala where you are disaligned, the karma phala will automatically give you dukkham, where you are going to be out of the system till you then come back. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, we need to know that. And hence, this, as much as Bhagavan has a very important role, our will has equally a big role. The will part is told in Prathama Shatkam, and because Madhyama Shatkam is focusing on Tatprata Lakshyartha or Brahmapada Lakshyartha or Jagatprada Lakshyartha, we are now focusing on it being a part of that system. It is not that I sit here and the system is outside. No. I am an integral part of the system. Anything happens to the system, it will impact me. Anything happens to me will impact the system. Okay. Now, same way is Bhagavan. So, he says, Maya adhyakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam hetuna anena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. The person who does not understand this, avajananti mam moodaha manushim tanumashritaha, they box me as a person. They don't look at me as this integral part of this system. They don't see my presence in anything and everything. They just put me and cage me as a person. They personify me for their own self-interest. And hence they are moodha. Okay. Parambhava majanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram. So they don't understand my true nature. And then what happens? Moghasha mogha karmanaha mogha jnana vichetasaha rakshasi masurin jaiva prakritim mohini shritaha. The moment they keep me out of the system, their individual desires, likes and dislikes will overpower everything. And then the ego will overpower, and then you don't want someone to control you. You don't want to be a part of any system where you are bound by the rules of the system, and then you try to change the setup. And this is Moghasha, Mogha Karmanaha, Mogha Jnana, Vichetasaha. Coming out of Mogha Jnana, the Moghasha, and from there Mogha Karmanaha. and you end up being Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva. Okay, you become Prakritim Mohini Shrita. On the other hand, people who understand me, Mahatmanaha tu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashrataha. They are completely submitted to me and my Prakriti, because I manifest only through the Prakriti. Okay, they understand the principles, they understand the practicality of it, and they experience in every day-to-day life me. Okay, and what do? Bhajanti ananya manasaha nyatva. Having known this of mine, te bhajanti. They worship me, they propitiate me. Ananya manasaha, without any distraction or a distortion. Very, very focusedly, they committedly, that is always there at the back of the mind. They never forget that. Okay. Satatam kirtayantaha mam yatantascha dridhavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Okay. Now here, the second step. See, the first step is doing karma. Nishkama karma, karma yoga is what the first statement is made more like bhajanti ananya manasaha nyatva bhutadim avyayam. They work the world outside. Satatam kirtayanto mam. They praise me. Yatantascha dridhavrataha. They put a lot of effort. Okay. With what? Dridhavrataha. Very rigorous austerities, tapas. Okay. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya. Nitya yukta upasate. Bhaktya mam namasyantaha. They submit and surrender and worship me. Nitya yuktaha, at all times upasate. So at the back end, this is continuously on, and mentally they are focused on me, and physically they continue to work outside. Okay, so this is more focusing towards upasana. Right? Then comes the third level of people. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena prathatvena bahudha vishwato mukham. Jnana yajnena cha api anye. Others, those others who are, so first of all, Rakshasi Masurim is kept out. Then you have Mahatmanaha, who are the next set of people. In Mahatmanaha, there Karma Yogis are there. Then there are Upasakas who are there. And now you come to the third level, who are into Jnana Yoga. So after Jnana Yogyata, they have come to Jnana Yoga. And in Jnana Yoga, Mam Upasate Yajantaha. They worship me. How do they do it? With Jnana Yajnena, with this particular knowledge of me being there in the system at all times. Okay. How do they? Mam upasate. Ekatvena mam upasate. Prathatvena mam upasate. Bahuda vishwato mukham mam upasate. Okay. This part we will explain, because I don't think this we have taken in detail. Jnana yajnena chapyanye we have seen. So Jnana yajnena chapyanye will be more with Shravana Manana Nididhyasana yuktaha. Okay. But how do they? They see me as what? Here, Vyasacharya has brought the levels of Adhikari. He has graded the Bhaktas into three forms: Madhyama Adhikari, Adhama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. Okay. Adhama adhikari are the ones ek pruthaktvena mam upasate. Madhyama adhikari are bahuda vishwato mukham mam upasate. And uttama adhikari is ekatvena mam upasate. Okay. Let us see what does it mean. So, we need to know God, we need to understand God, because that is the principal requirement of this chapter very clearly, that Bhagavan himself has said that I will clarify to you, I will make you understand Shastrokta what is Jnana and Vijnana. Right? So, he says it starts with Pruthakttvena. When you say Pruthakttvena, Pruthak means very concrete, crisp, very precise. So Pruthakttvena mam upasate means what? They see me as a single form, a very discrete form, which we call it as Ishtadevata Rupena Upasate. Okay. What happens in Ishtadevata Rupena Upasate? Very much necessary, because we mentioned that we are referring to Adhama Adhikaris. Don't belittle this. Anyone who has become Madhyama and Uttama have already been Adhama Adhikari first. So, Eka Rupa is, the Pruthak Rupa is the most important one to get into. Because if that itself is not there, even Karma Yoga will not be there. Think about it. If that itself is not there, even you not even started Karma Yoga. Okay. That is a God. There is a God sitting somewhere watching me, and I know I can correlate to this particular God. So when you ask, yes, I like Ganpati. Someone says, my God is Devi. Someone says Rama. Other person, Krishna. Something or the other, one form or the other will be on. What do you see in the form? See, what do you see in the form? The way our dharma was shared, to the next generation, the way it was taught, you first correlate to someone. As a child, you have no choice. So you will be only exposed to some gods who are there in that particular puja room or puja place or something. We all believe that joint family. So we never have one God. A dozen of gods will be there. Okay. Single room में 50 गॉड को रखेंगे, उसके बाद भी एक गॉड आएगा तो क्या करेंगे मालूम नहीं. वी डोंट नो टू क्लीन अप गॉड्स. कबर्ड क्लीन करते हुए ऐसा गॉड क्लीन करना और बाप रे पाप है. Why? Because we see each of them differently. Please understand, I'm referring to all our problems only, nothing different. ये भगवान को ये जगह से निकाल दिया तो क्या होगा? What a question. क्योंकि ये आने का पहले ये क्वेश्चन नहीं था. आया कैसा? We have a fantastic method now. There are so many occasions we invite people. मनता है नहीं मनता है, we will give gods either as photographs or as मूर्ति or something or the other, फ्री में बांटो. अब I have got it in dowry. अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? फेंक भी नहीं सकते, रख भी नहीं सकते. रखा तो जगह नहीं है, फेंक दिया तो खराब लगेगा. This is completely mogha jnana. Please understand this. Unless you personify and correlate to a devata in that particular metal or wood or whatever, it is just a piece of metal. Let's be clear. Especially when you go to south of India and when you go to temples, you will have, every pillar will have one god or the other depicted. हर पिलर पे आप नमस्कार करते जाते हो, because there are various reasons why it is there. The art is depicted, a story is depicted, there are many reasons why it is there. We may consider them as God, we may not, but it is there. And even in that particular, especially when you enter this temple, both the sides will have demons. Chandamunda, Shumba, Nishumba, all those demons will be there. उसका भी पाव पढ़ते हो क्या? Do we do that? क्यों? मंदिर में है. Are we able to get that? So, Ishta Devata or that Murti or that photograph or Saguna Ishvara is one. First, you need to relate to that. When you say relate, बोले तो क्या है? उसका और मेरा वेवलेंथ एक मैच हुआ. वो क्या हुआ मुझे मालूम नहीं है. कभी रहते हैं ना, इसको देखा तो फेस से ही लगता है द पर्सन इज वेरी गुड, वेरी नाइस, मस्ट बी द क्रुक ऑफ द फर्स्ट ऑर्डर. लेकिन वो फेस देख के बहुत अच्छा है, हो गया. लव एट फर्स्ट साइट. ये ऐसा एक भगवान के साथ एक लव एट फर्स्ट साइट होना चाहिए. क्या है, क्यों है, कुछ मालूम नहीं. It's just happened. And many a times that happens. If you ask why do you like your Ishta Devata, your own personal, don't talk about your family, husband, wife, children, grandmother, no. My own personal God, ये मेरा है. Why? And you will see that you don't have any rational answer. It may be because of at childhood I am exposed to that God. At childhood ज़्यादा वही भगवान का पूजा घर पे होता रहेगा तो acquaintance ज़्यादा है. That's why I have got attracted. Otherwise it could be that that form of that God is very appealing. That little Krishna with that little leg and that, see, that is why Krishna Janmashtami has become more than Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. It is that baby Krishna with all the various alankaras to get completely lured. जो जो आप सोच सकते हो आपके लिए या आपके बच्चों के लिए या जिसके लिए, जो आप नहीं कर सके वो कृष्णा के साथ कर रहे हैं. A way of venting it out. Think about it. Nothing wrong in it. Nothing wrong in it. But we have to understand how we are relating with the Ishta Devata. Are you able to get this? Some people would have read information, knowledge, they would be having some Puranas, some stories about this, and hence, like children have a cartoon whom they have my best, ये मेरा पोकीमान ही सबसे बेस्ट है ये. Why? Because वो ये कर सकता है, वो ये कर सकता है, ऐसा कर सकता है, वो कर. And then we like बच्चे लोग कार्टून पे करते, बड़े लोग भगवान का मूर्ति पे कर रहे हैं कि ये सब कुछ कर सकता है. Right? Then there will be another set of people that is called Apat Bhakti. You know what is Apat Bhakti? कुछ नहीं हुआ, वो जगह पे गणपति था, वो गणपति को मैं नमस्कार किया, बोला ये होने दो भगवान, बस मैं तुम्हारा शरण में हूं. एंड जैसा ही वो हुआ, आई बिकेम लट्ठू ऑफ दिस भगवान. आपत, ड्यूरिंग एनी प्रॉब्लम एक चाहिए ना, यू नीड समवेयर टू टेक अ सपोर्ट. एक खूंटी चाहिए. हम खुद हिल रहे, right? You just imagine that you're in a bus and you have nothing to hold and the bus is moving in full speed. You're holding another person who is going to fall on you again. What are you going to do? So you need something which is stable, which is not going to move when everything is moving. ऐसा एक खूटी मिल गया जिसको हम इष्ट देवता मानते हैं. I'm just giving you possibilities of what all could have happened. You may correlate with whatever has happened with you. Okay. Invariably, if someone says that मेरे लिए तो सब भगवान एक जैसा है, Ganpati is also nice, Shiva is also nice, Rama is also nice, Krishna is also nice, then either they are deluded or they are telling some lie. क्योंकि ये सब में से भी एक कोई ज्यादा रहेगा. समझ में आ रहा है? Why? That saguna, either that person's form or that person's, that valor and everything and what all abilities, okay, or something which I could hold on to when I needed, or coming paramparik. अभी जिसके घर पे गणपति रखते हैं 10 दिन का गणपति है, वो तुम कुछ भी बोलो तो गणपति रहेगा इष्ट देवता, क्योंकि 10 दिन तो साथ में है. एक साल में 10 दिन साथ में इतना सहवास हो जाता है कि यस, देन दैट मेमोरीज आर देयर, यू वेट फॉर द नेक्स्ट टाइम. सो दैट इज हाउ इष्ट देवता वर्क्स. बट इट इज नेसेसरी एंड इट इज अ very important starting step. It is any day better than not having one. Okay. Is that what is the purpose of Ishta Devata? देखो, एक संदर्भ में हम जुड़े, बट उसको आगे कैसा जा रहा है. Maybe to give you an example, in an arranged marriage, एक संदर्भ में जुड़े हैं, बट आगे ये संदर्भ बोल के नहीं रहता है ना. It goes ahead to a relationship. What is this relationship? What is this relationship? Seemingly looks very, very simple, but try answering it. Then you will know. Because all this are happening, but we just have not put it together and crystallized it that this is what is happening. That relation should pervade on one another. What is pervasion? Should impact. Okay, what does it mean? If I say this Bhagavan has got this particular attribute, that attribute should pervade on me when I am doing something related to that attribute. Are you able to understand this? For example, this, because that is where the definition of Bhagavan is. If we miss out on that definition, then it is just a very, very mechanical idol. That idol actually does not relate to you. Think about it. If you say that that idol only relates to me, when you close your eyes, you see the idol. After that, what? Only that idol? Then it is only up to that external beauty. How long will this external beauty work? It is not long lasting. Then what do you want? I want various attributes. That attributes which correlates to me. It may be very, very, very simple ones which you can't even imagine. A person who is stout and having a tummy may like Ganpati because he is Lambodara. Think about it. Simple. But that attribute is pervading. And then the person doesn't feel bad about his tummy. We are not referring to what is right and wrong. The pervasion has to happen. Okay. What is Bhagavan? When you go and see, what is the definition of Bhagavan? Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasya shriyaha. Okay. Jnana vijnanayoshchaiva shannam bhaga shannam bhaga itirinaha. Iti-irinaha it will come. Yeah. Bhaga is the person who has got these 6 qualities in full. Aishwaryasya samagrasya. Samagrasya aishwaryasya. Samagra means sab jagah ka. Aishwarya means prosperity, richness, wealth, whatever you want you call that. Okay. Sab jagah ka wealth belongs to this person. Okay. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya. All the valor which is available. बोलते हैं ना, He-Man, Superman, कुछ भी कर सकता है. That's how when you're a child, my Bappa can do anything and everything. That's how you correlate. कुछ भी कर सकते. Magic, all magics are possible. Right? Yashasaha, victory. Anything where there is victorious, Bhaga is there. Then Shriyaha, all the wealth. Jnana, Vairagya, all the knowledge. Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Sarvajnaha. Okay. Having all that, Sampurna Vairagya, no attachment to any of this. Are you able to get that? One who possesses these 6 qualities is a Bhagavan. And if you try to see your relationship with the Ishta Devata, one of this at least is pervading on you. If not many, at least one. Either Aishwarya or Virya or Shriya or Jnana, something or the other is pervading, and that is where you are correlating it. Are you able to get that? And that is where that pervasion brings a bond. Okay? And that bond is bandhana. You need one bandhana to remove off other bandhanas. But this itself is a bandhana, which is a golden shackle. Are you able to get this? So Ishta Devata is the first step and is necessary so that the Ishta Devata, unless we know what this Ishta Devata is doing with us, we have not progressed at all in the spiritual path. Why? Unless you know that, you will be clinging in Ajnanam to this and only this Ishta Devata, which will end up into just fights with everyone. My God is greater, your God is smaller, my God is better, that's all will happen. If you can't tell it outside, it will be in the mind. But it will be there. Right? So, unless we know how this Ishta Devata is working and why we need it, we will not mature to go to the next stage. And it is essential to know that. You can't always be in pre-primary. But without pre-primary, you cannot go to primary. So you have to get into pre-primary. You have to mature to go to primary, and from that to secondary, right? And hence, Ishta Devata is important, but blindly connecting with a photo or an idol and the whole Janma sitting in that is waste of time. Are you able to get that? Right? Now, if we understand that this particular Ishta Devata is giving Aishwaryam to me, and hence that is a pervasion I see. Okay, in the family, this person likes this god, probably because Virya, children, especially boys, will like Hanuman. Because he could go to the sun, mountain kota kilaya, Virya. So when you know that, then you don't contest with the child saying, "Are, ye to kuch nahi hai, ye bhi to dekho." No, you say, okay, that part is being connected there. Here, this part is being connected. So what happens? Slowly we start opening our mind to see that Ishta Devata are various perversions of that same stuff. That one Bhagavan's pervasion in different forms are connecting to different people, and hence every Ishta Devata is good, and there is nothing called bad and nothing called this is better than that. It doesn't make any meaning at all, because now you have got matured to see the pervasion of that Ishta Devata more than the Ishta Devata which is a physical bonding. Are you able to get that? Is this clear? Otherwise, we will be stuck in this only without knowing. And the rest, everything will just become a lip service. Most of us should be coming to Madhyama Adhikari. If not Uttama, come out of Adhama Adhikaritvam, because we are a Bhagavad Gita student. We cannot have intense likes and be bound only to that, because it's not going to help. Nothing else other than that. It's not going to help the progress. Right? So once we know the pervasion, once with every Devata you are able to see, Are wah, ye pervasions hai. Very good, fantastic, good. Then what I do? I try to mature out to see pervasions of all these Devatas within me. So I, as an individual, I like Shiva or Ganpati or Devi as an Ishta Devata, but I see many Devatas are pervading in my body and helping me out. How? Agnirme vachishrataha. Okay, if you remember Tattva Bodha, Panchajnanendriyani, Panchakarmendriyani, Chatvari Antakarana, for each of them there was a Devata. Connect back. They are not your Ishta Devata. If you say Ashwini Kumaras are there, you will not even know who is Ashwini Kumara, but they are the ones who are giving this particular ability. Okay. Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu, Padayor Vishnustishtatu, Hastayor Harastishtatu, Bahvo Indrastishtatu, Jathare Agnistishtatu, Hridaye Shivastishtatu, Kanthe Vasavastishtantu, Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu, Nasikayoho Vayustishtatu, Nayanayoho Chandradityo Tishtetam, Karnayoho Ashvinau Tishtetam, Lalate Rudrastishtantu, Murdhini आदित्यास्तिष्ठन्तु शिरसि महादेवस्तिष्ठतु शिखायां वामदेवस्तिष्ठतु पृष्ठे पिनाकी तिष्ठतु पुरतः शूली तिष्ठतु पार्श्वयोः शिवाशङ्करौ तिष्ठेतां सर्वतो वायुस्तिष्ठतु. How nicely. क्या हो गया अभी? Instead of one fruit which I like, I am referring to a fruit salad in me. समझ में आ रहा है? Now you tell me which you don't want and which you don't like out of this. Is there a scope to say I don't like this and I like this? समझ में आ रहा है कैसा हो रहा है अभी? How nicely without you knowing you are being moved from Ishta Devata to Samashti Devatas within you first. If you cannot see it within you, you can't see outside. What you see outside is a miniature of what you are seeing inside is what is getting magnified to see outside, right? You don't actually go outside and see. If I say that solar system, you are actually seeing the cell system within you and trying to imagine how the solar system is. You are only magnifying it number of times. And hence, each devata within us is the next step where we start accepting all the devatas, because you know ये सब देवता का पीछे there is something who is making each of this work. If the ears are hearing, if the nose is smelling, if the eyes are seeing, you know something else is there which is making all of this to work, right? They are only doing their job. Are you able to get that? Now can you see pervasion? For example, when we say Nasikayor Vayustishtatu, pervasion of the air through my nose. I can connect to it. That is why Vayu Bhagavan is there. If that Vayu Bhagavan is not there, if the nose is there also, it is useless. Is it clear? Right? So they are now pervading, they are making me work. That the sun is giving my eyes an ability to see. Are you getting that? Okay. And hence, these pervasions are what we start seeing through this devata within our body. So now from that one Ishta Devata, we have now broken it up to many which are there all over. But that all over is still connected by what? Me and me alone. You are not losing the sight of that me. Are you able to get that? Now what will be the next step? If you have seen the pervasion within your body, now what is the next step? To see the pervasion everywhere. That is called Vishwarupa Darshanam. So Ishta Devata, then Samashti Devatas in my body, from there going to Vishwarupa Darshanam. And what is Vishwarupa Darshanam? I start seeing all the so-called Ishta Devata doing their work all around, pervading all around. And again, because I am so much of a body-centric person, I try to see this whole cosmos as an entity and each of the devatas working in that entity. Like I saw it in my body, right? Same way now I see the cosmos as a single body. Clear? So what I was seeing as Kshirodanvat Pradeshe Shuchimadi Vilasat Saikater Mauktikanam. What is this? Anyone knows some idea of what it means? That is why without meaning we keep on telling and no idea of what it is. Kshiraha Udanvat Pradeshe. that who is lying down on the Kshira Sagara, Mauktikanam, with all the gems, Mala Klipta Sanasta, with all nice garlands and all. So you are referring to what? Ekarupa Ishta Devata. That Bhagavan Mahavishnu, in this form I am doing the dhyana. It's a dhyana shloka. So when I close my eyes, I see this Bhagavan in this form. That is a beautiful, and that is why you can go to any japa or any karma, it is dhyana followed by karma. You have to have that dhyana first of what you are envisaging and for whom, and then the karma is connected to it. And it is so nice that if we are able to memorize some of this and have the meaning of it, it works by itself as a wonder. It is very unfortunate that we have stopped memorizing all these shlokas. And if you don't have it in your memory, you are handicapped in a very big way. You can't open a book, read and do dhyanam. It is not possible. You have to be in that aura of thought. Okay. For example, I will just take you. You close your eyes and I am going to tell this dhyana shloka of how from Kailasa this Shiva along with Parvati are coming to the place of puja where I am doing. Okay, and I am going to do that. See, it's an imagination, and that Bhagavan is now going to come and sit in this Kalash or Murti or Deepa or whatever, and then I consider that Bhagavan and then do the puja. Okay. Starts with Dhyayen Niramayam Vas. See, some of this I am deviating. Please understand, I am deviating. Because it is assumed that these are known to you all. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna and Vyasa assumes that you are knowing all this and you are actually into practicing it. That is why it's not detailed. But unfortunately, we are directly gone to Jnanam without even doing the basic stuff. Saguna Ishvara Murti, what that puja is, what when you close the eyes, what you have to see. That is why you have Manasa Puja, Shiva Manasa Puja. And first is open your eyes and do. Connect with this body. Then connect with the word and the meaning. Then only it comes to Manasa Puja. If we are not able to connect with this eyes, the body, the feeling, the words and the way it is explained, Manasa Puja will not work. कितना देर तक आपको बोले आंख बंद करो और एक गणपति का पूजा कर रहे सोचो, आप कितना देर तक आंख बंद करके बैठेंगे विदाउट डिविएटिंग? टेल मी. 5 सेकंड में पूजा नहीं हो जाएगा? बोलो, आंख बंद करके. समझ में आ रहा है? So if you want to have half an hour of doing that puja, like the way half an hour I am doing the puja with my eyes open, then every aspect of that puja with my eyes open should be so correctly correlated with me that when I close my eyes also, it will still run. Like that only, in that pace only. Imagining abhi pani dala hai, every small by small thing you will imagine and go. Are we able to get that? Why? Only then that mind is focused. It is to train the mind to get focused on something and not get deviated. Okay? So, very important, आप 1000 चीज मत पढ़ो. 4 श्लोका पढ़ो, 5 श्लोका पढ़ो, लेकिन उसका मीनिंग, वर्ड बाय वर्ड मीनिंग समझ के उसका भाव क्या है समझ लो. ट्राई इट आउट बाय, उसको मेमोराइज करो. Then try sitting with that and seeing the meaning with your eyes closed. And you will be into it for, because that will take you into other shlokas and everywhere you will start connecting. Like that, small, when you do it for 1 year, you would have already known so many shlokas which are dhyana shlokas that now you don't need anything. Anytime bola to बैठेगा तो आँख बंद किया तो one by one will start. Okay, without that it will be sleep, it will be मच्छर आया क्या, कोई दरवाजा में खटखटा है क्या, something or the other, because our mind is all now out. On the other hand, you see everyone who is doing the puja with the eyes open, very mechanical. The word doesn't give any meaning to them. The bhavana is not there. That is why they can do anything and everything, where you see the complete disconnect between what they are doing and what they are saying. दोनों गलत है. There are two extremes. So first is start mechanically. Then connect to what is being done this mechanically with that mantra what you are doing, or a shloka. Then memorize the shloka. Then drop the karma. Automatically in the mind this is running. That is what the whole idea is. You take a support, learn to walk, after that leave the stick and walk. Okay, so the karma has to be just like a stick initially, but for that it is required. अब वो भी नहीं किया है तो आप बाद में कर ही नहीं पाओगे. ओके, नहीं थोड़ा दिन के बाद अपने आप मन बैठ जाएगा भगवान में. बिल्कुल नहीं. जो गाली आप आँख खुला हुआ सबको दे रहे हो, आँख बंद करके भगवान को देंगे और कुछ नहीं करोगे. भाई वृद्धस्तावत् चिंतासक्तः. You can't change it. It will become worst. So if you want at that time that mind should be there, now you have to do 10 times more, so that time this will be there. Okay. One small example. See how beautifully it is going. You have to imagine. Now don't try to take notes and all of this. I can give you the whole this and the meaning and all to you. Okay. ध्याये निरामयं वस्तु सर्गस्थितिलयाधिकं निर्गुणं निष्कलं नित्यं मनोवाचामगोचरम्. The beauty of this dhyana shloka is it starts with one single Brahman. Dhyaye niramayam vastu. There is no vastu. Okay, there is nothing. Sarga sthiti layadhikam. That which holds sarga and sthiti, the creation and the dissolution and maintenance, God. Nirgunam nishkalam nityam mano vacham agocharam. Cannot be told, cannot be explained. Maunam vyakya. Completely it is Nirguna Brahma Tattvam. The moment that is over, one line, because that is that sutra, and now the manis will come. Don't forget the sutra along with the manis, because the sutra will not be visible now. What you are seeing is now all that personification. Gangadharam Shashidharam Jata Makuta Shobhitam Shweta Bhuti Tripundrena Virajita Lalatakam Lochana Traya Sampannam Swarna Kundala Shobhitam Smerananam Chaturbahum Muktaharopashobhitam Akshamalam Sudhakumbham Chinmayi mudrikamapi. Do I have to tell you the meaning? Are you able to get the meaning clearly? If the words are clear, the meaning you all know. You have to just be patient to get that word properly and that bhavana of that word. Then you may have doubt of one or two words which you can go and refer what it is. Okay. Pustakancha bhujair divyaihi dadhanam parvati patim. Pustakancha bhujaihi divyaihi. Only with books. Jnanadata Maheshwaraha. Okay. Shvetambaradharam shvetam. Shveta ambaradharam shvetam. White sky like white cloth. Ratna simhasana sthitam. Sarvabhishta pradataram. Vatamoola nivasinam. One who fulfills everyone's wish. Where is he sitting? Vatamoola nivasinam. Vamange samsthitang gaurim. Balarkayuda sannibha. Vama ange samsthitam gaurim. Vama is left. Dakshina is right. Vama bhage gauri. The left side of his body is Gauri. Okay, Ardhanarishwara. Bala Arka Ayuda Sannibha. Bala Arka. Bala is children. Arka is sun. Okay, Bala Arka is was splendorous like the sun. Ayuda Sannibha. So you have a single person coming where Vamange Samsthitan Gauri Balarka Ayuda Sannibha. The whole family is taken together now. Okay. Vamange Samsthitan Gauri Balarka Ayuda Sannibha. Lalata Patta Samrajate Sanlagna Tilakanchita Rajivayata Netrantam Nilot Palatalekshanam. What is Nilot Palatala? Anyway, we have to have that poetic, you need to enjoy that word. Then you will connect what it is. Neela is blue. Utpala is lotus. Dala is petal. Neelotpala dala. Ikshanam is eyes. So the eyes which are blue like that of the petal of the blue lotus. See, it's such a beautifully written. Yes, even if you are seeing the photo, can you even imagine it that way? And with this in the mind, when you see the photo, you will see, yes, what the person has written is really that. And this is what is pervasion. It is now coming in and sitting in you. You are able to connect with it. Why Neelotpalatala? Anywhere is it connecting Neela Utpaladala? My Bhagavad Gita students are sitting. Hopefully it should connect.
Sir, the other shloka.
What is that?
Dhyan shloka.
Yeah, ध्यान श्लोका में क्या? भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथ जला गांधार Gandhara Neela Utpala. What was the explanation given at that time, many years back? Don't break your head. Don't go and find out which book you have written. Don't worry. Utpala is lotus. Neelotpala is blue lotus. And in this context, each person, Bhishma, Drona, Tata, Jayadratha, Jala, each person is being personified as one of the object in the water, which can stop you from going from one bank to the other. In that, Gandhara Neelotpala it has come. Gandhara is Shakuni. Gandhara Nareshasya Putraha Gandharaha. Neela Utpala is like that of the blue lotus. And what does the blue lotus, if you see it in a particular area where waters are there, what does it tell? First of all, wherever this blue lotus is there, you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful. It looks very attractive and you will be lured to go near it. The moment you go close and close to it, the reed of it below is so entangled that it will entangle your leg and pull you. Okay, so through the beauty, you are lured to be pulled and get stuck. Now connect this, what is being told. Neelotpaladalekshanam. Very, very luring. Shiva is very luring. You will get stuck if you are not very sure. Downfall will be there because he will mesmerize you with that eyes. Okay. Next, Santapta Hema Rachita. Santapta Hema Rachita. See the choice of words what the author has taken. Tapta. What is Tapta? Tapa. Hot. Tapta. Heated. Santapta. मुझे संताप आया है बोलते ना, completely heated, red hot. What? Hema. Hema is what? Gold. Red hot gold. When gold is liquefied, red hot. His brilliance is like that. Santapta Hema Rachita. And when do you see that brilliance? Tatanka Bharananvita. With all the abharana, when he is doing the Tandava Nrityam, that brilliance is coming like that of, Chingari jo udti hai na. Santapta Hema Rachita, Chingari. You hit that, it will just blow out with a brilliance. Like that it is. Okay. See the way it is, all these pervasions, these are pervasions. If you are able to correlate, then it is pervading on you. Okay, next, Tambula Charvanarada. Tambula is beetle leaves. Pan. खाते हैं ना, खाने के बाद पान, मसाला पान, without masala. This is Tambula. Charvana, having chewed properly. So once you chew the pan properly, Rakta Jehva Virajita, red tongue visible. क्या ब्यूटी का बारे में आप लोग बात की है अभी तक, बोलो. This is how the beauty has to be explained, right? Pataka bharanopeta mukta haropashobita. Pataka abharanopeta. filled with ornaments. Divya Malyambaradaram Divya Gandhanulepanam. In 11th chapter it will come. Vishwarupa Darshanam. Okay. Divya, what was that? Pataka Bharanopeta Mukta Haropa Shobhita Akshamala, Swarna Kankana Sanyuktaihi. Swarna Kankana Sanyuktaihi. He has got 4 hands. In every hand there is a kankana. Chaturbhir Bahubhiryuta Suvarna Ratna Khachita Kanchi Dama Virajita. Now such a person is coming where? To the place where you are now going to perform something. So now the place related to you is being now explained. Kadali Lalita Stambha. पंडाल बना के 2 इसका जो केले का रखते ना, कदली ललित स्तंभ. कदली फल इज बनाना, स्तंभ उसका जो केले का जो रखते ना, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, वॉटएवर. हाँ, सन्निभोर युगान वियाम श्रिया विराजिता पदाम. Along with Shri, he is coming. Virajita padam. And how is he coming? Where all the devotees are now anxiously waiting. Bhakta trana parayatam. Anyonya shlishta hridbahuhu. Anyonya ashlishta hridbahuhu. Need a lot of creativity to think this. Anyonya, what is Anyonya?
So mutual?
Mutual. But together, not disjoint. जब हाथ पकड़ के हम जाते हैं ना, उसको अन्योन्य बोलते हैं. कि एक खींच भी नहीं सकते, दूसरा पुल भी नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन साथ में जाना है. ये अन्योन्य है. But two are there, mutual but together. Ashlishta hrid bahuhu. Hrid bahuhu. Hrid is heart. Bahu is holding. So he is now holding Gauri close to the heart like this. So now they are separate, but cannot be separated. Anyonyashlishta hridbahuhu Gauri Shankara Samnyakam Sanatanam Param Brahma. Again gone to the first line. Again gone back to the first line. Nirguna. Sanatanam Param Brahma Paramatmanam Avyayam. Cannot be separated at all. So you see Ekarupa, you see Vishwarupa, and you also see Arupa in the same Dhyana Shloka. Are you able to see this? And this ability to switch our antenna and see each of this is what is our maturity in terms of understanding God. It is neither only Ekarupa, nor Vishwarupa, nor Arupa. It is a mix of this at different mindset of ours. Are you able to get this? So, from Ekarupa, learn to go to Vishwarupa. And from Vishwarupa, then we have to, because how did Vishwarupa come? If you see Vishwarupa, how did Vishwarupa come? Sokamayata bahusyam praja yeti satapotapyata satapastaptva. Upanishad says Saha akamayata ekoham bahusyamaha. Before the Srishti came, as though like a person, this Nirguna Brahma, like, because when we say there are 2 causes for the Srishti, Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, You have to personify this nimitta karana, the intellectual cause and the material cause. You have to personify the intellectual cause, you have to personify the material cause, right? The material cause gives the material, the intellectual cause. So if wood is given, the carpenter works on the wood to give you a chair. So Nirguna Brahma is the intellectual cause, nimitta karana, and the Prakriti is the upadana karana. Okay. Once you have come from there, from the Advaita, you have to, Srishti has to come to Dvaita only. But in that Dvaita, if I am able to see that Advitiya Ekarupa in all this Rupa, then it is Vishwarupa. If I don't see it, like how the other philosophies talk is, there is one Bhagavan who is outside and this Srishti is there. He controls the whole Srishti, he made the Srishti, he is outside. That means then you can't see him in the Srishti, or you can't see her in the Srishti. You are separate from the Srishti, right? But our Shastras will tell you, this before the Srishti coming, Saha Akamayata, as we think and we desire, so did Bhagavan desire once. What was the desire? Bahusyam praja ye yeti. Let me multiply manifold. Bahusyam prajaya ya iti. Prajaya iti. So, ekoham bahusyamaha. I want to multiply. Satapo tapyata. Here tapas means to think and make a plan. Because before doing anything, you make a plan. And if Bhagavan is an intelligent cause, that Bhagavan intelligent cause also will make a plan. Will not read a big paper, pen and scale and everything. Will just quickly, the moment he thinks, the plan is ready. That is why he is Bhagavan. Or she is Bhagavan, the way you want you put. Okay. Satapo tapyata, satapas taptva, having planned. Idagam sarvam asrajata. The way it is told you here, everything got created. Idam sarvam asrajata. So this carpenter with the available wood created all the furnitures. Now you will say, Are, if the carpenter created the furnitures, they are all dead furnitures sitting in front of me. Because the only lively thing is the carpenter. So the carpenter decided that what I will do? Yadidang idagam sarvam asrajata yadidang kincha tat srashtva tadeva nupravishat. Having created, he decided to pervade into everything. So as though Anupravesha is shown as though as a activity which Bhagavan did, that सबको पहला dead body बनाया, फिर अंदर जाके सबको जिंदा किया. Something like that. क्योंकि story नहीं बोलेगा तो समझ में नहीं आएगा. Because now it has to be told that the same Bhagavan is there everywhere. Because our idea is, if I have so much of rice, and if I distribute it to 10, then there should not be any rice left here. But distribution should also be told, at the same time pervasion into everything, and still the whole being there has to be told. Purnamada has to be there. How will the Upanishad say? So gave it in the form of a story. And when did it give the story? When that, like us, one stupid student asked this question. After telling the whole, everything was told by the teacher, then there was one stupid student like me. He asked some question. And to explain to that stupid student, the Acharya comes to the level and shows it as a picture. ऐसा समझ लो ना, ऐसा हुआ है. Okay. So Upanishad also, it actually does a role play of each of us. A teacher's role play, a student's role play, everything comes in that. That is how it correlates very easily to us. Right? So hence, This Vishwarupa Darshanam is a very clear that Bhagavan has got manifested. If I simply say that in the Srishti, Bhagavan got manifested everywhere in whatever manifested from the Prakriti. How is that possible? So we say that Bhagavan entered everything. Now, as Vedanta students, do you really feel Bhagavan has to enter anything? Tell me where he is not there to enter. When that question is asked, then you say, oh, then why was it told? Just to come down to a level to understand. छोटा बेबी पूछ रहा है, 8-9 year old का बच्चा पूछ रहा है, तुम कैसा बताओगे? You will have to make a story and give. Only the mummy knows and the daddy knows कि हाँ नहीं ये ऐसा बोल रहा है, तो बोलने का तरीका है, but the meaning is already sitting there. And how will that child then come to know? Only when the child grows up to the mummy or daddy's age, the child also will come to know. So that maturity is required. But initially you put it that way. So from Ishta Devata, my baby, to seeing everything in my body, then extending everything outside, and how logically it comes? Anupravesha. As Bhagavan, when he created, he came into everything, that is why everything is there. And to explain this everything, there is one full chapter which is going to be the 10th and 11th. Vishwarupa Darshanam, Vibhuti Yoga, all these are going to be there. Just to say that I am there in everything. Are you able to get that? So uska jo hai, seed is sown here now already. In these shlokas. So, Pruthatvena Bahuda Vishwato Mukham we have seen. Back to Bhagavad Gita. Till now we are out of that shloka. Now I am coming back to that shloka. Ekatvena Pruthatvena Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. Correct? So, Pruthatvena we saw. Bahuda Vishwato Mukham we saw. As many, one seen as many. Like imagine if you are going into that old types of changing rooms. When you go and buy some dress, they have that changing room with all mirrors in all the four sides. Andar, how many are there? One person only is there, but you can see millions. Like that, he pervaded into everything. Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. Samajh mein aa raha hai? Now, Eka Rupa. Uttama Adhikari is who understands that behind all this there is only one Ekarupa Nirguna Brahma, and that Nirguna Brahma Saguna Eva Bahuda Vishwato Mukam Pruthatvena Vartate. Are you able to get this? So, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita, all the three given very cleanly, beautifully in one shloka. Ekatvena Pruthatvena Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. Is there a reason to fight on that? Not at all the reason. It is only the question of whether you are able to come down to that level and be in that plane and discuss with that person or understand the person. Otherwise, leave it to that person when they want to come to the next plane. Don't them and fight about it. Not required. Make sense? Is it clear? Okay, right. So, this Vishwato Mukham is Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. As much as it is given in the Smritis, even Shruti tells a lot. In all the four Vedas, you have this Purusha Sutta. Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhuvim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishthad Dashangulam. The whole complete Purusha Suttam is coming as Vishwarupa Darshanam. The same Srishti Prakaranam of the Purusha Suttam, if not told like the Bahuda Vishwato Mukam, if you want to tell it as Ekatvena. What is Ekatvena? Nirguna Brahma. Advitiya, Advaita, Ekarupa, Arupa, sorry. Then the same thing is told in Nasadiya Sutta. Okay. Rigveda in the 10th mandala has got one sutta called Nasadiya Suttam. It also comes in Yajurveda. Nasadasi no sadasi tadani nasidrayo no pyoma paroyate. It's all, everything is a question there. There is no answer. Can it be this or can it be this? Ambhakkimasi gahananga bhiram. If this is not there, then what is this? If it is not this, then what is this? Okay, and there is no answer to it. It is asking a question, giving only question after question, but clarifying that beyond this question the answer is sitting. Because that answer, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, cannot be even expressed. Okay, so Advaita way of Srishti is in Nasadiya Sutta. The Dvaita way of Srishti is in Purusha Sutta. See, somewhere little, finally don't forget that this is a part of Vedas. Otherwise we will leave the roots and Bhagavad Gita, but Bhagavad Gita himself, he says it is the culmination of the Vedas which are coming. So वहाँ किधर आए कुछ तो somewhere some idea रहना चाहिए, some idea. At least there will be an interest to know that, because after this if you have to go to the Upanishad, it's a part of Vedas. You are going to Shruti now. Till now it is Smriti. You are going to Shruti then. So all this will come there. Okay? Chal. So, apart from this, there are so many mantras will come. Vishwatas chakshurata vishwato mukho vishwato hasta uta vishwataspat sambahubhyan namati sampadatrair dyava prativi janayantyeva ekastan me manas shiva sankalpamastu. Vishwatas chakshuhu vishwato mukho vishwato hasta uta vishwataspat. Vishwam is his chakshu. Sarvam Veveshti iti Vishnu, which is all pervading everywhere. Vishwatas chakshu means you can't say that all the Vishwa filled with ice. No. The whole world is his eyes. Vishwatas chakshuruta vishwato mukho vishwato hasta uta vishwataspat. How different ways this Shastra is trying to tell us what it wants to say. आपको एक ही चीज को 10 अलग अलग तरीके से बताओ बोलेंगे तो आप कितना बता सकते हो? You will not be able to. And that is the beauty of it. Whichever mantras you take, you can just beautifully connect it. Yeah, ऐसा भी बोल रहा है, ऐसा भी बोल रहा है. So many varieties. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha, thousands. Vishwatas Chakshuhu. Okay, anyway, I will go into my thoughts. Let me come back to Bhagavad Gita here. Okay, so, and when it comes to Arupa, Ashabdam Asparsham Arupam Avyayam Tathar Rasam Nityamagandhavachayat Anadyayantam Mahatah Param Dhruvam Nichayatan Mrityumukhat Pramuchyate. Kathopanishat. Okay, Ashabdam Asparsham Arupam Avyayam Arasam Nityam Agandham Avak Anandayam Ananda Ananta Mahat Param Dhruvam Nichayah Tan Mrityumukhat Nichaya. Once you understand Tan Mrityumukhat Pramuchyate, it will give you enlightenment or it will give you moksha. Once you understand this. So it's talking of Nirguna Brahman. Here, so coming back to this three levels, it is perfectly right to be in Ekarupa Ishtadevata and has got very much transactable experiential support needed for our spiritual growth. But clinging only to that is a big bondage and we have to find our ways how to disengage with it. Okay, the moment you say disengage, it doesn't mean that disrespect it. Disengage. उसको जो बंधन को खोल देना है. And how do you do it? See the devatas in our body. Many devatas in our body. Because it is one body having many devatas, then you start accepting many in one. If you accept many in one, you will also accept one in many. Which is when you see Samashti Vishwarupa, one in many. And when you say that this one is there in many, you will be ready to drop the many and hold on to the one. Are you able to get that inner thread? And if this is clear, then every pervasion starts working. Without pervasion, it won't work. Let's be clear. It is only a lip service, it is only just outwardly shown. Okay? So, till it pervades, work with that system. Whichever. Here there is no question of who is your Ishta Devata, how are you seeing Vishwarupa Darshan. Doesn't matter. Understand that pervasion should happen, and once you start connecting to it, then progress will happen. And for that, some basic shlokas should be known, the meaning should be known. You should start enjoying the meaning by yourself with closed eyes, which means imperative to memorize some dhyana shlokas which are easy and which can be reproduced by yourself mentally. That will एक गति मिलते रहता है ध्यान में. It will keep you. Okay, and the more you do it, the more you are connected. More you are connected to that devata. Let it be Ishta Devata or let it be whoever, Kula Devata. Now in that variations will come, Kula Devata, Grama Devata, all those variations will come. But the principle doesn't change. Principles don't change here. Is it clear? Okay, right. I took deliberately more time because this I thought has a very, very practical utility of us, because otherwise it becomes very theoretical. All this talking of Ishta Devata, ना हाँ ठीक है, हाँ हमारा भी कुल देव है, हम जाते हैं साल में एक बार जाते हैं, नारियल चढ़ाते हैं, क्योंकि वो ओ माय गॉड जैसा नहीं किया तो हमारा घर पे वो देवता को दूसरा काम नहीं है, जाके हमारा घर पे वो करेगा, ये करेगा, ऐसा करेगा, वैसा करेगा. That देवता doesn't have any other job ना, हाँ running behind your house. किधर है इसका एड्रेस? Okay, fine. We will, I think, continue in the next class only, because the next one is a topic by itself. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadahamaham aushadam mantrohamahame vajyam ahamagniraham hutam. That time, during Krishna's time and Arjuna's time and Vyasacharya's time, Yajnas and Kratu were there and they used to know each of this. The problem is now each of this terminology will have to be explained to you, and then you will try to consider. So don't worry, if you want you can skip this one also, because they are technical. The moment you understand that He is only everything, Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. We did it in 4th chapter. Okay, same thing is trying to explain by using various aspects of yajna. Kratu yajna, Pitriyajna, Aushadam, Swada, all those things are being told. But as a part of Karma Kanda, it needs to be, because a Karma Kandi will connect to it because he is habituated doing it every day. That is why it has been explained to a person of that time that if you are connected with this, you look at it through your connection of what you are doing. Probably in today's world, we will have to change it like aham, what is that? Aham kratu, aham computer, aham mouse, aham cha CPU. We have to change it that way, then you will connect it. That time it was yajna, now it is computer or whatever. Because we are working with it. Are you able to get that? Meaning has to be understood, but little here is an opportunity to understand something about our Vedic life. So I will explain Kratu, Yajna, Swadha, Aushadam, Ajyam. They are very, very specific words. Ajyam and Ghritam. Two words come. One is Ajyam and one is Ghritam. Not in this shloka. Some places they use Ghritam, some places they will use Ajyam. And what is the difference? As a common person, we will say it is ghee. No. One is ghee, which is already melted and solidified form. That is called Ghritam. Ajyam is the butter which is completely being made into ghee through the sunlight. That is Ajyam. No Agni Sambandha. It is Surya Sambandha is Ajyam. Yeah, how many different things are there? We do not even know it because today that butter to ghee is also out of the house. Chitale Bandhu is inside the house. Right now? If you ask him how to make the ghee, Chitale Bandhu will know. Who removes the butter today at home? बहुत कम हो गया. अभी तो उसके लिए वो रवि भी कुछ है ही नहीं, किसी का घर पे भी नहीं है. So some of these outdated shlokas need to be connected back with what we are doing. Okay, chalo. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavada.
Thank you, sir,
Yeah.
for today's class.
Yeah.
Dhanyavad, sir.